Did you find a spider today?
Tjitji Tjuta means many little children. In Coober Pedy, it's an Aboriginal early learning and childcare centre that's run by the Aboriginal community for the whole town. For 25 years, it's delivered culturally sensitive education and care. It started as a community centre and has evolved into early learning as a trusted place where Aboriginal families feel safe and welcomed.
We supply a bus run which helps the parents who don't have transport. Not a lot of the parents come in, so we've got a few that we only see on the bus runs. So that's how we build our relationship with them.
Over the last few years, Jody, the director, has worked really hard to build partnerships with allied health services to support children with disabilities and developmental vulnerabilities. It's tailored support which is having a huge impact on these children's lives.
Even though we have allied health services in the community, a lot of our families won't be able to attend. Some of them don't have transport, some of them just don't want to accept that there could be issues.
It's good because they come to childcare, so the kids and the parents feel more safe here.
A lot of the families prefer to come into the building. That way they're not seen through the rest of the community as well, going into the medical services. It started off corresponding with one allied health worker, and then from there we just continued to build and collaborate more with the rest of the services that are available.
Thanks to the perseverance of Jody and the team, the centre has partnered with allied health professionals who travel over 800 kilometres to visit the centre and work with these families.
So we've got services that are coming up from Adelaide, and we've got services that come up from Port Lincoln.
The kind of services provided here include physiotherapy, paediatrician visits, OT, weekly one-on-one speech therapy sessions, hearing tests, and a range of other developmental checks.
In the process of checking everyone's ears, they found that a couple of children had infections in their ears. They needed a course of antibiotics, and then one child was found to have perforated eardrum and less hearing. So for the child with hearing impairments, we have a speech therapist that comes up once a month. A lot of our staff haven't had any experience with children with autism before, so I looked into contacting Autism SA, and they put through a program. It took them about 2 months to deliver the program, and we had that delivered on the 23rd of June.
So there was one child that we didn't know was on the spectrum, and he was ready to go to kindy, but parents didn't want him to go, and we didn't know why until we were told that he is actually on the spectrum, and so he gets a lot more support here.
We work with Our Lady Gallery, and they do a support program, inclusion support. So we're working with Gowrie at the moment to help one of our children who has spina bifida. We're looking at hiring some equipment which will help his mobility and also help support his leg movement.
We've got a list of what we can order for him. The walking frame, a support stand, one for him to sit on and one for him to be able to wheel himself around in.
A lot of my staff, because they had no experience, were very reluctant to work with him. Since we've had Our Lady Gowrie come through, we've had the OT and the physio come in, and they've explained a lot.
Once we had that training on with the physiotherapist and show us the movements and the exercises that are needed for a farm. And with that, he's gained a lot more confidence in moving around.
Look, Avan, look, Miss Dali. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Uh-oh.
On a typical day, there's a high ratio of 6 staff to 15 children. It's these high ratios that ensure children receive high quality education and care, reflective of their needs and abilities.
It's a good feeling to be able to see the kids being picked up on the certain disabilities that they have because of the services that we provide and the services that come here. If they weren't at childcare, they probably wouldn't be able to be picked up on.
The professionalism and dedication of the staff is a fabulous example of just how valuable these family support services are.
Some of my nephews, cousins come here So it's been good watching them develop and grow up from when they were 6 months old to where they are now. They're completely different here than what they are at home. They're more relaxed.
That's why children come here, so that they can be supported and they can learn, and that way they can thrive.
Without the work of Jodie and the staff, the future for many of these children would be uncertain. It's as if there's a fork in the road in a young child's life. And if the right support is there, then the path they take is one of hope and potential.
If we catch it first, we catch it early, and we put all those foundations in place, those children will be able to succeed and they won't be held back.
If it can be done in an isolated town like Coober Pedy, then it can be done anywhere in Australia.